I feel like it's been years, Will.
We see each other every single day, Grease.
You know how like dog years is like times it by 7? Like if I don't see you for 24 hours, that might as well be about 3 or 4 years.
The podcast is brought to you by Eli Mason and Mountain Valley Spring Water. Let's do this, Grease.
Let's do this.
Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. I'm Will, and I got my co-host here, the Grease. I want you to look at me in the eyes.
Yeah.
And say it like you mean it. Say hello, Grease.
What do you mean?
Come on. Say hello.
You know, when I look you in the eyes, I stumble and I can't do the normal things.
All right, folks, we didn't do an episode last week. We apologize. We didn't have time. Life got in the way.
Well, I mean, we had time. It was,
I defy you to tell me when we had time to record last.
There was, I don't know. I feel, hang on a second. Let's pause this. Give me a pour of that Rebel Yell, because I am not in the mood to socialize at this point. And not only that, you're recording me, and I just need a little pick me up.
I offered you a pour, and you said, nah,
I know,
I don't need
even
it.
though I know alcohol's a downer. You know what I mean?
Not for Grease, it ain't.
So I'm just, hang on a second. Let me go ahead and tell you what I'm not going to do. I ain't sniffing this. I ain't sipping.
I'm out. Actually, it's really opened up in 2 weeks. I'm definitely a buy on that. And what I remember, Costco, I told you, they have it for like $15. Buy Rebel Yell 100 at Costco. Yeah. All day long and twice on Sunday.
Man, it's candy.
It's really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's great.
Remind me to take that downstairs. We're not doing our rhetoric lineup yet because we are not in the new studio. Still waiting on that to get finished. It's almost done. You've seen most of it, right? It looks good.
Yeah. I just went over there, and actually, your sisters came into town and hanging out with your family because your family got bigger. And
that's the most greasy way to put that. Hanging out with your family because your family got bigger.
Yeah, y'all went to McD's a few times. Everybody got bigger. I'm just kidding. You added somebody.
Is that what you call McDonald's?
The old McD's?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Okay, Mickey D's.
No.
Yeah.
That can be, that is,
All right, we're going to move on.
That's a Disney thing.
Actually, can I give a shout out real quick to someone? Can I give a shout out to someone?
To Logan Potts for building your studio?
No, I'll give that when it's completed.
Oh, yeah. Never show your full hand before results.
Yeah, it never gets done if you give them the praise now.
Right, and the money.
This is to...
You holding back the money?
Well, I paid some of it. You got to for material costs.
You got to hold it back a little bit.
Sweeten the pot, though. Yeah. This is to our buddy Sean, who went to Whiskey Weekend Batch 1 with us, coming to Whiskey Weekend 2. Yeah. I want to say congratulations and cheers.
Let me pour another.
Yeah, Grease has already shot that Rebel Yell. We should cheers to him because he passed police academy. Yeah. So cheers to him.
Yeah. Hang on. Yeah. Okay.
He's going to be making communities safer, and he's a good guy, and we are happy to be friends with him and can't wait to hang out with him again. He's coming back, right?
I know, yeah, he is coming back. And
can I tell a story about him?
And and his lady friend Ashley's coming back too.
Yep.
They're sauntering.
So I got a good story about him.
Dude,
can I tell you?
Yeah, I'm not sipping this and I'm not smelling it. I'm just going to
shoot it again. All right, Grease is not going home tonight. He brought me a bottle of Willet 10-year rye to Whiskey Weekend. I don't know if this ever got out in the public. We've referenced it a few times, but he brought me this bottle, and halfway through one taping or something, like people kept coming up and be like, "Hey man, thank you so much for that Willet." I was like, "Oh, cool, yeah, whatever. I don't know what you're talking about." Mm-hmm. People kept saying, "Man, it's so good." I literally thought they were mistaken and had no clue what they were talking about.
Thanks for letting me try that, man.
It was the one that he brought me and was on the table, and I guess I had said like, "Yeah, we're gonna open up at some point," and the whole thing, and which is like one of the greatest memories. Everyone had it, and by the time it gets back to me, there is a teensy bit left, and I got to try the very bottom of the bottle.
You got the bottle killer.
Drained it.
Well, and I walk in to expound on the memory. I never had any of it. Mm-hmm. But when I walk into the parlor area, all I see is you bottoms up on a bottle.
Well,
in the leather recliner over there.
That was Bob Little wanted me to. He wanted to take a picture of me doing that. Actually, the cork wasn't off that when I did that. So when I had it tipped up, draining it, he just took a picture. That's
Were you fake newsing it?
Yeah, for real.
Seriously? Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
because I walked in there and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna need to walk out. So I walked back out because I was like, I don't know what Will's getting into. Actually, that was the wheeze. That whole
no,
weekend.
That actually wasn't the wheeze at that point. That
yeah,
was
actually,
Will.
that was responsible if you did that with the cork still on.
I know. I had to get up early and drive you home the next morning.
How do you fit? yeah, that's what happened. How do you feel about synthetic corks?
I like them better than the real ones, I think.
Yeah, you know why?
Because they don't break.
And you can leave your crap on the side.
Oh, that's a good point.
You can lay your bottles down and not have to worry about it.
It'll still expand in there and could push it out.
I understand what you're saying, Will.
Hey,
I understand, but I am moving right now.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh, I get what you're saying.
A lot of my bottles are in storage, and some of those I didn't have to worry about them being sideways.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that I packed some bottles in there, and I went, what do you call horizontal?
Yeah.
I went horizontal on them because I didn't have to, worry about the cork mess and all that stuff.
I opened a rye, batch 3 rye, Kentucky Owl.
I did too.
Yeah, my cork's already broken.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I have to do some surgery.
There's a rumor that Dixon will send you a new bottle, a whole full bottle if your cork breaks.
Is that a real rumor?
No.
It's
definitely not.
I'm like, where do I sign up?
It's definitely not. Let me, please, let me rephrase what I just said.
No, I need to extract the remnants of that cork, though, because it's like, it's going to be a surgery.
Oh.
Yeah.
It went down in.
No, it's like, it's not enough for me to like pry out. I'm going to probably have to use a corkscrew and be gentle.
You're just going to have to punch it straight.
I don't like doing that. I don't like the punch.
This whole cork thing, needs to be figured out.
I was gonna, they should move to synthetic corks is what they should do.
No, but they are.
No.
It's the toppers on the cork that's the issue.
No.
Oh, no, you're so right. They're
not
real corks.
Yeah, and this was actually not the topper issue. This was the cork itself, like ripped.
Ooh,
yeah.
Okay.
So I'll show it to you before you leave. But beyond that, we went and hung out with Don yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
And
we got a vlog coming out about it too.
Yeah, we do.
Whenever I get to do that.
Yeah, we're gonna. But it'll be cool. We picked a bottle of Eagle Rare, and so that'll be fun. We're gonna call it Bed Pour. I actually have an idea of something we can do here today.
What do you mean?
So
that's all you're gonna say?
No, I'm about to tell you.
We finally landed on the single barrel that we were gonna call Bed Pour, and you're just like, yeah, we're just gonna call it Bed Pour.
Yeah, I'm slow rolling it.
Oh, is that more effective? When you slow roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know in bowling, sometimes when you bowl it real slow, you end up, it's more accurate and you can get more pins down.
Yeah. Anyhow, it was fun. We went with Don. There were 3. 2 of them were extremely good. One was just not our favorite, but it was a battle there at the end. And
one was extremely good. Will.
Yes.
One.
No, no. See, I would fight you on that. No, I would fight you on that. 2 were extremely good.
Nope.
Greeze, you have a crap palate.
I don't have a crap palate.
You kind of do. You kind of do.
No, I don't.
Think you like things that drink hot and fast.
No, I don't. Because I picked. Even when I thought y'all were completely opposite of me, I picked the one that because it was backwards. Do you know what I'm saying?
I do.
Because y'all were like, yeah, it goes 1, 2, 3, but I didn't know that 1, 2, 3 went right to left instead of left to right.
Yeah.
And so y'all were like, yeah, we're going to eliminate number 1. And I was like, what are you talking about? Number 1 is my favorite.
Yeah, and that's when we were like, you have a crappy palate.
Yeah, but then we figured it out that one was actually y'all's 3, and that was a front runner for people.
You want to do something for Perry real quick?
What do you mean?
So Perry's
What's he doing?
He's approaching his 100th episode.
Oh gosh,
of his podcast, right?
And that sounds like 99 decisions before that one.
He has
rough.
He has a phone number.
Oh,
You can call and say and chime in. I thought about what if we do that right here.
oh. Wait, what do you want me to talk about?
Oh, we're just
You
gonna
want me to talk about wolves?
Yeah. No, we're gonna say congratulations on 100 episodes.
Okay.
Stay in your lane.
Okay.
And then we're gonna say
Then can I talk about wolves?
then you can talk about wolves.
Okay, good.
All right, let's see. I'm dialing
I'm very
number.
into wolves right now.
Well,
Like,
hold on.
wolves are my focus.
Grease, I'm going to need you to simmer. All right. I'm going to turn this up and then we're going to. This is fun. This isn't a prank call because it's going to a voicemail.
Kind of.
Hello. Please state your name after the tone, and Google Voice will try to connect you.
This is the Greeze
And Will.
Yeah, all both of us.
I'll take this from the top, not you.
I doubt that. We ain't gonna get no voicemail.
I'm going to do it like a resort
The Google
wake up call.
subscriber you have called is not available. Please leave a message after the tone.
Welcome back to the podcast. I'm Will, and I've got my co-host here, the Greeze, and we're calling to wish Perry a happy 100th episode.
That's right. You're the lucky caller. You're the lucky 100th caller. We're gonna gift you a handful of soil
Okay. Grease.
from a distillery.
I thought you were going to talk about wolves.
Oh no, I didn't know. Well, you were gonna tell me if that
I
was
pitched it to you.
Oh, I'm very into wolves right now, Perry, and I just want you to know that next week on Wolf Wednesday, which is what I'm naming every Wednesday for the next year, I'm going to do that in your honor. So next Wednesday is going to be Perry Wolf Wednesday. And basically what I do is I just wear a shirt with a wolf on it. And, and I just give proper, proper respect where it's due. Because I don't know if you knew this or not, but wolves were here before we were in America.
All right, Perry, that's going to do it for this week on our congratulatory call. We hope you enjoy this 100th episode. I bet the title's going to be This Is My 100th Episode, because he does like This Is My Bourbon Podcast.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
And congratulations.
He's great with branding.
Congratulations, and stay in your lane. Is that how we want to end this?
Well, we didn't discuss a tagline.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I will just say this, Perry. Congratulations, buddy. Remember to wear deodorant because you don't want to smell bad leading into the next 100 episodes. I know this.
All right. That's it. All right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. That was fun.
Yeah, during that call, I actually soiled myself.
Is that why you brought up soil?
That's why I brought up soil. You know, I only have one tracked mind. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
And
You were
so-
the dumbest person I know.
So I literally pooped myself, and I was like, "Dadgummit, I just soiled myself." And so I just talked about soil at the distillery.
I think people are going to be concerned about you and my issues with incontinence.
What is? I don't know what incontinence is. That sounds like an
know what-
international issue.
Do you know what context clues are?
I know what continents are.
Okay. All right. Okay.
What?
All right.
You just said
Okay.
incontinence.
All right. How's that Rebel Yell 100 treating you? You gonna be able to get home?
fabulous. I feel. You know when you drink a Red Bull, but you don't drink the Red Bull because you made too many mistakes when you were in college, and so the scent of Red Bull just upsets you.
No, I'm an adult, so it doesn't bother me.
But you find another liquid that makes you act like you would on Red Bull, and you mosey on up to that because, like, hey man, that's my new Red Bull. So Rebel Yell is my new Red Bull, is what I'm getting at you.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I think that it's
With
a
the
little bit
old
more
wings,
dangerous.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, Rebel Yell gives you wings.
Well, speaking of wolves, did you know that crickets have wings?
Yes.
I didn't know they had wings. I thought only birds had wings.
I think don't all insects have wings?
I don't think no flies do.
Well, yeah.
No, I don't.
Six legs and wings.
I don't think that. Well, what's an ant? Some ants have wings. I've seen those freaking things.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and tell you something. Ants already suck. You put wings on those things, dude.
Coming at you.
Dude, it's just like I can't get away from these daggum ants.
Yeah, they're going to fly. They can fight.
You step on their home, it's just like a freaking bum rush. They rush your bum. And then you soil yourself. And then you know. And then you saunter on over to the incontinence, which is an international issue.
Okay. My poor
Rebel yell.
I feel bad for my son that we're saying these things in his future room.
Oh, so he doesn't already live in here?
No, he doesn't live in here.
Why not? Is he scared of the darkness?
I thought you were about to say, is he scared of the dirt floor? I'm like that. But it's like, this is not a dirt floor, Greeze.
Well, if I keep soiling myself, there will be dirt everywhere.
Okay.
Soil everywhere.
This is officially the worst episode we've ever done. We took a week break last week by accident, and then we come back to
No, it was
this.
intentional. I'm pretty sure it was intentional.
Yeah, there's some things.
I'm pretty sure you and I looked at each other and were like, yeah, it's just not happening.
Yeah.
And I think that was okay.
I don't know that we were okay with it. I still don't know that we're okay with it. Like, what's funny to me is that people are going to consider this episode that comes out like on the normal day, be like, okay, so last week's episode finally came out. Like Brian Reynolds it's a Friday, and Brian Reynolds just put like, I guess that's why the episode's delayed. And I was like, no, buddy, that episode doesn't exist.
Got it. So, question for you: Should we just stop this episode right here and release it, like, and then do another one like immediately so that they can backlog it?
Nope.
No. Okay.
That's a where.
So you're saying that would make people more mad?
That's a terrible idea. Yeah,
okay,
I do.
It's like one of those, those stupid ads in magazines.
What are you talking about?
No, you're in the middle of a daggum article, and then all of a sudden there's 15 pages of cologne.
Yeah, but that comes with free samples. You can rub the page on your body.
I'm not, I completely understand, but I mean, if you're deep into the whole, like, I mean, are the Kardashians going to make it? You got to make sure, you need to make sure that that's the case as quick as possible. And you can't do that when you're like, oh, there's that Dior and, and the Britney Spears thing. And you keep moseying on. And then there's that other one with what's her name on that other show.
I do love that you said Dior and Britney Spears. It's like those are
those are perfumes.
That's where you went. We almost didn't record this week.
Yeah.
So bed pour.
Yeah, so bed pour. We did it. We chose it yesterday.
We picked it at Cork and Cow with John, who's a bar manager there.
That was the first time I ever met John.
Oh, really? John's great.
No, he looks like he could be like my Sunday school teacher.
So do you remember when Zach was talking about the Mr. Hyde cocktail? Oh. On our episode? That's John. That's Hyde.
Okay. Well, no, actually, no. He seemed like Dr. Jekyll.
Yeah, and so when you start drinking with him,
right,
he becomes Mr. Hyde.
Yeah. Because that guy seems like, if a button wasn't perfect on his shirt, he was going to be a little bit upset about it. He seemed very put together, very kind, very nice, almost sensitive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I came to him and said, "Hey man, I'm having a rough week," like he would stop what he was doing and he'd talk to me and be like, "Hey man, let's figure this out together."
Yeah.
Which I really appreciate. Almost kind of like a doctor.
Yeah. There's a couple other things I was gonna talk about this week. I don't remember what they were. How do you feel about this new Cheez-It Pizza Hut pizza?
What do you mean how I feel about it?
Well, exactly what I just asked you. How do you feel about it? What are your thoughts?
Well, I haven't had it yet.
Well, what are your
I've read some
preliminary
reviews.
thoughts?
I've read some reviews, and I've watched some. I've
Did you
watched
see that
several
YouTube review I sent to you?
Yes.
First of all, that kid is making a lot of money.
Yeah,
because he
he
has
has
like 1.5 million subscribers.
1.6.
Yeah, that's a lot more than we have. We have 160. That's like 100,000 times more than us.
100,000.
Something like that.
It's actually 10,000 times.
1.6 million
It's 10,000
divided
times.
by 160 is 10,000 times. I hate it when you do the math right.
Yeah, because math I'm okay with.
That's not true. You're actually really terrible at math.
What are you talking
I
about?
don't know. I'm just throwing it.
My whole millimeters and milliliters thing was on point.
So, anyhow, he gave a crazy review, but what are your thoughts? Because it's essentially like crushed up Cheez-Its and then cheese in the middle and you dip it in pizza sauce.
I wish it was toasted more.
Yeah.
It looks like it's too gooey.
When you first said it to me, I just thought it was a pizza that had just Cheez-Its instead of pepperoni, which I kind of would be okay with.
Yeah, I don't hate
That doesn't sound like a bad thing.
No, this I don't know. The reviews are weird. That one bite barstool guy or whatever his name is.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
He was intrigued because he's only supposed to take one bite, but he did a lot more than he took more bites.
I like bites. I'm hungry. Speaking of,
I know. But yeah, I don't know what I feel about it yet, but I mean I'm going to.
are we going to order that for barn night? Because we have a barn night coming up.
Oh, we do. When is that? Late
The
October?
23rd of October with Joshua.
Oh gosh.
And the rules are
Oh god. What are the rules?
10 to 12-year-old whiskey. Like that range.
What I was supposed to do.
You don't have anything.
Oh god.
You're going to bring Jack Daniels.
I already know what I'm bringing. Actually,
What is it?
I can't tell you.
Oh, I was going to try to trick you.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. What? I'm not gonna trick you.
Oh.
No, it's gonna be perfect though.
Try
It's actually gonna be a boo rye.
to trick you.
It's gonna be a boo rye.
Okay, you going to blend?
No,
Okay.
it's a 10-year-old to 12-year-old boo rye.
Boo rye.
Is it supposed to be a single barrel too?
No.
Okay,
No, it's just
good. It's just literally 10 to 12 years old, but like 115 proof or less.
Yeah. That was the other stipulation we put on there.
Yeah, we're gonna need to review these rules just to make sure.
We have it in the chat. Also, we could ask Joe B. He would know.
Yeah,
He was real upset that we didn't have the show this week. Like, you missed one thing, and he's like, y'all even still do that anymore?
Oh man, and you know Clint Sample is Joe B.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, they're
they're the
kindred
same.
spirits.
They're both. They have the same humor.
Yeah.
They're both insane, awesome on text as far as wit,
Yeah, they're clever.
and their gift game is both strong.
Joe B hopped on a virtual barn night the other night, and
And I upset him.
he had to leave.
Yeah, because I upset him. I can't remember why.
I mean, I don't know. It was you. I mean,
Oh, when
it was a thing.
when I lit up the sparkler.
I don't know if that's what made him leave. I think he left before that. Your internet was terrible.
It was.
That's Spring Hill, though.
But I'm going
And
to
then-
tell you, when you light a sparkler and you have to keep it in the camera, you know what I mean? Like when I'm holding my iPhone out to film me being on with a sparkler, the flash, all those coals and flashes and all that stuff end up hitting your skin and it hurts real bad.
Yeah.
Real bad.
All right.
And I didn't have a good buzz enough then, to fight off that pain. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to get there.
You wanted to go to the 15.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
What are we going to tell what we're doing before we go there?
Yeah.
You're opening it right now.
I'm opening it right now. So this is the brand new. This is from the people who released the Bell Mead Bourbon, Nelson's Greenbrier Distillery, right here in Nashville, Tennessee. This is their Tennessee handmade sour mash whiskey. It's 90 proof. No, sorry, it is 91 proof, 45.5% alcohol, and we're gonna drink it today. So let's hit the music. All right, we're going to take a quick break here before we talk about that new whiskey. And we're going to say thanks to our sponsors, Eli Mason. We're going to announce here shortly who won that competition that we had going in September. But I do want to say thank you for everyone who bought a bottle in the month of September of Eli Mason. For every bottle, $1 went to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital to raise money during Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And from all accounts from Chris, it was a huge success of bringing awareness and raising money for St. Jude.
All accounts like checking and savings and
all right,
money
that's
market.
why I took this back from you.
Oh, sorry.
And then we've got Eli Mason Old Fashioned mixers. It's the house cocktail mixer of the podcast. It takes the guesswork out of the Old Fashioned. It's super easy. It's super delicious. I have 2 fresh bottles downstairs that I'm probably going to kill this weekend. And you can go to elimason.com, use the code PodCask, and you'll get 20% off a 3-pack, or you can sign up for a subscription service. They are... they're quite delightful. EliMason.com. Also, Mountain Valley Spring Water, house water of the podcast. It is delicious. It is refreshing. It is perfect for this summer in October that we're experiencing right now. It keeps you hydrated. Also, it's really good for whiskey tasting because it's pure and it helps open up that whiskey, or it cleanses your palate after you've had a sip and are moving on to something else. My trick is I put some Mountain Valley in my Glencairn after I've had a little whiskey in it. Rinses out the glass, but it helps me remember to keep drinking water if we're doing a tasting with friends. Check them out at mountainvalleyspring.com. You can put your zip code in to see where what grocery stores in your area carry them. Their spring water, their sparkling water, their flavored essence waters that they have, white peach, blackberry pomegranate, and lime. Check it out, mountainvalleyspring.com. Now we're going to move on to our whiskey.
Well, I was gonna say that about the Mountain Valley. I mean, you said it was the house water of the podcast. I mean, you don't have to necessarily drink it at your house.
This is true. You can take it on the go.
Yeah, you can. They've got it. It's in bottle form, and they got those twist caps on there.
Yeah,
and you can take them with you. So I didn't want to confuse people. You know.
I hear you. All right, we are drinking the Nelson's Greenbrier Tennessee handmade sour mash whiskey. Now notice it's Tennessee.
Bananas Foster nose.
You think so?
Yeah. Tell me I'm wrong.
Let me see. Now, what's interesting about this is that it's a wheated mash bill. Did you know that?
Nope.
Yeah, this is a wheated Tennessee whiskey.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know it was wheated.
So I'm going to pull up.
How many years is it?
It doesn't say.
10.
No, it's non-age stated. It's definitely not 10 years old.
They've been around for a while, though.
Well, the distillery was... Oh, my gosh.
Man, so from what I understand about the distillery is that they used to be a distillery and then they weren't. And then, like, these 2 sons came and they were like, hey, man, let's do this again.
Yeah.
And they did.
Charlie and Andy.
And then they did really well.
Yeah.
And they just sold it.
No.
I thought they just sold
entirely.
it. Not entirely. Did they sold the Belle Meade part?
No.
Okay.
So this is a mash bill of corn, wheat, and malted barley. And they say that the nose is full and warm, showing caramel, vanilla, cinnamon, and apple. Palate, robust brown sugar, cinnamon roll, caramel, apple, and a touch of cocoa, with a long finish of lingering flavors of cinnamon, brown sugar, gala apple, and black cherry.
See, I get cucumber on the nose, too.
Okay, well, let me get back into
some
it.
cucumber on it.
So, but it doesn't have an age statement. I will say,
though, say that in a good way. Like, that doesn't sound like it would be a good Greeze note.
No, it's I had heard some mixed reviews on the nose.
Really?
Yeah.
Who?
It has a little bit of youngness to it, but I don't think it's bad.
Cucumber.
Yeah, I call it corncumber. Is that weird?
Maybe.
Okay. But so it is mellowed through the sugar maple charcoal like other. It has the Lincoln County process, but this is a wheated whiskey that's then charcoal mellowed. It's the family recipe from 1909.
I don't know what's happening.
It's not bad.
No, it's definitely not bad. It's like, I have not tasted anything like this before.
Yeah, it's super unique. You can tell. I think the Tennessee whiskey, the Lincoln County process, adds some depth to it because I feel like the whiskey itself is younger. I was afraid it was going to taste like a young Jack Daniel's, but it definitely does not. The finish, they say it's a long finish on their tasting notes. I disagree with that. I think the finish is quite short. But it's definitely not bad. You want to know the price point on this bottle?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna actually pitch it to you and see what you think it's gonna be. Look at the bottle. It's pretty. You know what Belle Meade cost. This is one of the prettiest labels I've seen in a long time.
It's classy.
I think it's probably an old school label they've like resurrected. It's a pretty bottle, and it's a distillery putting out some product here. Now, obviously, they've been putting out Belle Meade and have revenue for a while, but it's their first launch. It's expensive to get whiskey to market. How much do you think this cost?
Well, you're setting it up to say $60.
What would you guess? Just looking at this, it cost.
It does not need to be over $30.
It's $29.99.
Really?
Yep.
Ha!
Yeah.
All right, cool.
And I think
Great, because I thought you were
because when you look at this, it looks like a $50 or $60 bottle.
Yeah.
I would say, for me personally, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's a solid price point.
It's definitely something to throw into a tasting. I would sip on it. I'm going to see how it develops.
That's a Tennessee whiskey I can at least get behind.
Yeah, I'm not ashamed of this. I think it'd be fun to do in a tasting, see how it matches up with other Tennessee whiskeys. It drinks well for 91 proof.
You're so right, though. There's one thing we can't get behind, and that's the finish.
The finish is short. The finish is very underwhelming. Like, it's gone.
Yeah. The finish, there's enough there to make me salivate on the finish, but and then it's just gone.
Yeah. No, I think the body and the palate of it is good. The nose, I think, is pretty good. I don't think that.
Can we say the word salivate?
Yeah, you can say that.
Okay, I didn't know. Because, 2019 is throwing me for a real big loop.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because I thought you couldn't say the word Philistine in 2019.
Greeze, you are a Philistine.
I know. You called me that, and then I got on to you because I was like, I don't think you can call me that. I think that's offensive.
Well, I don't know. I haven't checked my facts. Anyhow, are you a buy bar or pass on this before I let you go off on a tirade?
$30, I'm a buy.
I'm a buy too.
Yeah, I'm a buy.
Which I was expecting bar lean pass. So I had their Nelson's Greenbrier, like the Nelson's 108 or something that they did, where they had a small batch, had a dark green label, and it only came in 375s, and I did not like it at all. I thought it was a pass. It was expensive.
Well, I had the White Dog.
Well, that's different. that White Dog.
I was a pass on that. I was a big time pass on that because I don't do that. I don't like the White Dog.
Yeah, but this I'm a buy for $30.
Yeah,
it looks really classy on the shelf too. It's
at $30, I'm gonna have one.
Yeah, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna let people try it. I'm gonna drink that against other things. I also wonder what a old fashioned would taste like with this.
I'm sure it's great.
I think it would be really good.
Yeah, why? Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
and that Rebel Yell 100 too.
Goodness, if I were building out a bar right now,
if only you were building out a bar. Wait, it's not a bar. What is it? That's a library. You're building out a library.
It's my library room.
Are you gonna put magazines in that, or is it just gonna be books and whiskey?
Highlights. We'll have highlights.
Are you going to smoke in it?
No.
No. Why on God's green earth would you not smoke in your library with magazines?
I'm going to turn my channel off and let this guy go.
What? I do not understand what you are telling me. If I had if I had the ability to own a cell phone company, it would be Singular. Do you know why? Because Singular was actually AT&T before AT&T bought Singular. And so, in theory, and I'm talking in not necessarily theory, in actual history, Singular came and was actually bigger than AT&T, because AT&T, they were like the little men on the side at that point, and they were like, Singular, I want to be Singular. So how can we be Singular? We actually need to become Singular, and at that point of wanting to be Singular, you actually have to tell yourself, how do I become Singular? And in the United States of America, where capitalism reigns and we have freedom of speech and religion and press and everything else, and you can just buy everything.
I don't know what country you're trying to be
What
from.
we are trying to do in this situation is become Singular. And so how do we become Singular? We buy Singular. And when we buy Singular, we become Singular. And we totally crap on Singular. And then we rise through the ashes and we say, we're not Singular anymore. We have done them. Now we are AT&T.
And that's why Greeze has Cricket Wireless.
And we are bigger than Singular. And we are AT&T. And then here's what's going to happen. You got this little bitty cricket sauntering across the meadow. And you're looking at that little cricket on the meadow and you're like, how do we take over the cricket? The answer is you buy it. And then cricket becomes AT&T.
Oh, I was going to say something about the cricket's wings to bring it full circle.
Yes, that is correct. However, there's no contract involved with the cricket. So it's kind of like a rogue butterfly, but it's a cricket. A flying squirrel, if you will. Flying squirrel sauntering across the meadow, but it's called a cricket. And everything else also. Several crickets together sauntering across the meadow, acting like butterflies that want to be AT&T.
All right, we're going to end the
AT&T
charade.
purchases them, and then everything else is fine.
I think we're good with the accent. I think you've
And then at that point,
exhausted that.
You go and buy lottery tickets.
Oh, by the way, I found our ticket.
Have you cashed it in yet?
No, we're going to do it together.
Okay, story time.
Yeah, that's how we do YouTube things. It's
We're
mostly
going to
lottery tickets and
Yes.
driving.
Yes, story time.
Lottery tickets.
Story
with Will and
time,
Greeze.
Will. Whiskey time.
I'm enjoying this pour. I really am. And it's got some good caramel in it.
What are you referring to?
The Nelsons.
Oh, hang on just a second. Grease just cold. Hey, man, I'm back. And let me go ahead and tell you something. I went across the pond for just a second. I don't exactly know what country I was in, but I'm back. Okay? And let me go ahead and tell you what happened over there. They know exactly who Greenbrier is.
Yeah.
They're making waves over there.
So here's my question, though. Here's the one thing. So obviously they went with a throwback, right? And, by the way.
What do you mean throwback? You don't throw that back. We said a buy.
Artificial cork. So that's
Is it
good.
artificial or synthetic?
Synthetic.
Okay.
Or either. It's not
I didn't know the word
genuine
either meant synthetic.
synthetic or artificial.
And then you said or either.
I'm going to throw this bottle at your head.
What is ether?
No, here's my problem. No, here's my question.
Okay. Oh, so it's a problem question.
Yeah. So what are we going to call this whiskey? So like Bell Mead bourbon, very simple. Rebel Yell bourbon. This says Nelson's Greenbrier, Tennessee handmade sour mash whiskey. Like it's a ton of words.
I'm just going to call it green wheat.
Is this whiskey Greenbrier?
I don't know.
Because it's Nelson's Greenbrier Distillery.
It's green wheat.
But it's Nelson's Greenbrier, Tennessee whiskey.
But it's a wheater.
Right.
And it's Lincoln County.
Yeah, so this is Nelson's Greenbrier, Tennessee whiskey. So I think we call it Greenbrier. I think we call the bottle it's Greenbrier.
Do you think they didn't know, I don't think they were prepared for that.
I don't know if they were either. I mean,
Buffalo
obviously
Trace
it's a
is Buffalo
throwback.
Trace.
That's what I'm talking about. It's not like Buffalo Trace's Eagle Rare Sour Mash BT1 bourbon.
Okay, actually, no. So is this Greenbrier Sour Mash?
No, it's Greenbrier, Tennessee whiskey.
But it's sour mash.
Handmade sour mash. On the back, it says Charles Nelson introduced Nelson's Greenbrier Tennessee whiskey. And their last name is Nelson. So I think
Full Nelson?
So our revival of Nelson's Greenbrier Tennessee whiskey.
Does full Nelson mean nudity?
No.
Okay.
That's full Monty.
Oh! Yeah, you might have to edit that out.
Why?
I don't know. I don't think you can say nudity.
No, you can.
You can?
Well, we don't have clothes on, so
Well, but
it's just descriptive.
Well, okay. So HBO, they've got the nudity on there.
Well, on some programs.
Right. Programs or programs?
Programs.
It's like Seagrams.
Speaking of, I've got a lot of gin downstairs.
Yeah, so that's an alcohol company and a ginger ale company.
It's the same company.
Really?
At least it used to be.
Okay. So they're just trying to, it's like Jack and Coke being the same.
You know MGP used to be a Seagram's distillery.
No?
You didn't know that?
No, why would I know that? Why would
I will tell you the reason
on
you
a
would
scale
know it.
from 1 to 10, Will, how on God's green earth do you think that I would know that MGP and Indy freaking Anna would be a Seagram's distillery?
Because you've been doing a podcast about whiskey or tangentially related whiskey topics for
I think all
3.5 years now.
all those terms are loose. They need to be loosely correspondent, with the Greeze.
Okay.
I've missed you.
Do I need to quit again to make it?
I don't think you need to quit. No. You quit on the WDW podcast.
I walk out. I've done walkouts.
Yeah. Well, you just throw stuff on the guest and go, I'm out. I quit.
Well, because there's things that make me quit.
Yeah.
Reasons to quit.
Man, I wish I could smoke. Speaking of quit.
So, our little girl thinks steam is smoke.
Oh, yeah.
And so, but she says moke because
like
she's 2.
vaping.
So
She's into
just
vaping?
like even if the coffee maker's steaming, she'll go, moke.
Oh,
moke.
I mean, she's not wrong.
I know. She's not. She's smart.
Yeah.
And then if like Greeze is smoking a cigarette, she's like, moke. Yeah.
Grease moke.
She understands.
Moke and Grease.
Oh man, she's missed you.
Has she?
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like I've missed her.
Yeah.
She
talks about Matt.
Yeah. I don't know who that is.
No, she does.
But I know who the Matt is, and he is a very strange man because he has 3 children, and then he has this very strange personality. And he claims that that's the real Grease. Now, I would argue that it's the real Matt. Do you understand what I'm saying?
What you're saying? This is the real Matt?
No, I am trying to be objective when I talk about Matt versus Grease. Now, he's saying it's the real Grease. Now, that is not right.
This is going to end so poorly today.
It's the real Matt because that's who he really is. Okay, that is what he puts on his taxes.
No, I think you put Jason.
I do not know who Jason is. Okay, we need to stay out of the realm of possibility of just things being shenanigans. Oh, Will, do you remember that coach in New York for the Giants? His last name was Shanahan.
Yeah.
Do you know that that's where they got the term shenanigans?
That is not accurate.
Yeah.
No,
he would do a bunch of trick plays and be like, "Oh man, look at those shenanigans." That's
I
real.
just keep looking at the clock, wondering if we've given people enough this week.
We haven't
Okay.
because we're actually.
Is this you gonna wrap it up with this? All right, folks. Grease
Yes.
is gonna tell me about some shenanigans, and then we're gonna end these shenanigans. Tell me, Grease. I need to hear.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
You want me to talk about shenanigans in general?
Moke.
Okay, so here's what happened. Okay,
Hey,
Will
second.
doesn't like to fly. Okay,
That's not true.
Logan doesn't like to fly.
That's true.
And so what he did is he ended up Instead of just ponying up the $280 it was just to get an RV, he decided to go and get $280 worth of scratch-off lottery tickets.
This doesn't sound like a real story. Keep going.
And he went there and he got the lottery tickets. And before he even scratched anything off, he signed the back of them.
Smart.
And then he gave them out to his relatives. Okay. And then those relatives scratched off. Well, lo and behold, one of them won $50,000.
But he had the signature.
But he already had his signature on the back of him. So when his relative took the lottery ticket that won to the store, or actually to the legal office, they were like, "Sir, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to give this money to Logan because he signed the back of the ticket." Mm-hmm. And that's kind of where the word shenanigans came about.
This is a completely different story than you were telling 5 minutes ago.
No, I'm saying in the state of Tennessee. I was talking about shenanigans in New York.
Oh, okay.
That was the New York story.
Oh, wow. I don't think you know how definitions of words work. They don't vary by state. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this week on the podcast. We're back. We didn't do one last week. And Brian, no, this isn't last week's episode. This is this week's episode. We would like to thank our sponsors, Eli Mason and Mountain Valley Spring Water. We'd also like to thank every distillery out there that makes good whiskey.
Well, it's different states.
And then if you would like to
state of emergency,
send us $5 in the mail like Ty would like to do.
A right to record state?
PodCask. Patreon.com/the PodCask. Also, check out our YouTube channel. We're doing
state income tax.
We're doing some vlogs on YouTube, and they're fun. And we have the slug now, so it's YouTube.
State of the Union.
YouTube.com/the PodCask. It'll take you right to our page. You can subscribe. We appreciate it if you do. You'll see some fun content. And then we are going to maybe never record again. Like, this could be the end.
The root word of stature?
And that's going to do it for this week on the PodCask. Rate and review us on iTunes. And we don't know Jack, but
we'll drink it. States.